Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle KaBoom from CZT Tabitha Bedoukian. I hope I pronounced that right, or at least I got it close. How does it look? My thing is going a little off focus. Close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to just Oh, there we go. All right. I'd like it to be nice and clear. Okay. So today, at the time of this recording, it's Thursday, and that means it's Tangle Time Day. And oh my gosh, did we have so much fun with this tangle? It's great. It starts off with you find wherever you want to start, and I'll tell you more why I love this as we go. And so we're just going to start, do the beginnings of a triangle. Then, and for purposes of today, I'm going to follow the step out and do a nice little curved line on the top. Take a look at the For More Inspiration link in the description section. That takes you to Tangle Patterns, where this is housed. And you can see Tabitha's step out and her sample, and also different ideas on what you can do with this. So you don't have to have just this curve line. If you want to, great. You can do a wavy line. I did. I'll show my samples later. I did zigzag on mine. These lines can be wavy. They don't have to be straight. There's so many things that you can do with this. But we'll stick to the step out so that way you'll get the picture. All right. So I'm just putting one here. I turn my tile. I need to get a new cardstock. I have worn through this one. I have like several here, and because I was testing different colors, but I've just stuck with the blue because it seems to work nice. All right, and then from that same point, another one. So different sizes. You can play with the width of them. Up to you. Now, I was following Tabitha, so I kind of started off with 3, and then went on from there. There's no rhyme or reason for anything. You just do what you want, which is why this is a neat tangle. Now, one of the things that you can do with this is, I'm going to make this one a little wider, because you can use the hollow bow technique, so I can draw behind this one if I want. Well, like I said, I'm going to make this one extra wide. So if I was going to come out this way, I'll put the pen down where it would be, and then whoa, do a big one like that. So, like I said, different lengths, different thicknesses, and just keep going around. I am making one side longer than the other, and I don't know why. And this one I'm going to do here. And then you might get a place like this where it's like, oh, well, you can just, we'll put a little one behind here. And just a little curve line in between the two. And that's all you can do. So the other sides are behind what's already there. So that's another thing that you can do with this. So what I end up doing is, or the way my brain works with this one, is I just I stop, I add one, stop, take a look, and then decide, well, where do I need to maybe even things out, and then I'll put one there, and then stop and look, and I feel like I need to put a little short one in here. Oh, let's just go behind that. There we go. And then I could go a little longer. I will say here, and here's here's me reminding myself. See, I just made this straight line up here. If you keep the focus on the point, the center, that is helpful. Oh no, it'd be worse going that way. Okay, so if I'm coming out here, there we go. I mean, as we're essentially hollow bowing behind everything, it doesn't matter so much, but it's like, it would have been better if I had, keep this focus and Sometimes it's just I'm drawing a line, and then I decide, well, which way do I want to go? And I think I'm going to go maybe a little longer, and we'll come out here. Now, what I like about this, there are many things. One is it's a perfect example of a great tangle or the description of a tangle, where you're not going back and looking at the pattern. It's easy to memorize the steps on this one. And I was just watching it's a newer video or interview with Rick and Maria, the founders of Zentangle, and that was one of the things that they mentioned is like, oh yes, it's a good reminder that the idea behind this is, I mean, you end up drawing neat art. I'm going to just do here. But it also was designed as a way to teach, to meditate by using art. And the way we achieve that is by, let's see if maybe I'll come up this way, is just being able to absorb yourself into what you're doing. So complicated patterns, while they're fun and there's nothing wrong with it, so don't get me wrong. A lot of times they'll say, there's rules in Zentangle. It's like, but there's reason behind the rules, and I always like to make sure that we understand. Here's the why behind that. Ooh, let's do one this way. Because if we're focusing on and having to look back at a pattern for every step, it's not necessarily as meditative as this, where it's like we know what the steps are. I'm not worried about the outcome. We're just doing, and it's all good. And like I said, I just keep turning around. Let's do one like that. Yes. And to see, well, where do I feel like I need to have something, and then we go with it. Let's put one here, and it's just neat. So it's like an organic tangle that's like more of a vining one, but it's a explosion one. It's definitely a KaBoom, and you just keep growing it until you feel like you're done, until it's like, yep, I think I like that, and it's good. And after you've done that, then you can decorate however you wish to. And let's see, I think I might. No, I'm just going to leave this as it is. But you could, and I'll show you with the examples that I have. So you could put tangles in each one. You could put texture tangles like orbs. Printemps is a good texture tangle. Stir It Up is a great texture tangle. Actually, maybe I should put a little. Well, I don't know. So then also you could like aura the ends and fill them in, leave a little shine if you want to, or just leave it as it is. And I'm going to do that because, like I said, I have some samples that I can share. And then it's like, all right, well, now how do I shade this? And I see another place I want to put a line. We need one right there. Oh, and maybe here. This is one of those that's like, all right, there's, knowing when to stop, because it can be hard. All right, so here's what I'm going to do on this. Ooh. Two ways to think about it. You can go inside each section and make them rounded, or you could go on the outside. And I'm going to see if I can make it on the inside. And part of me was thinking, can I do a little of both? I don't know. It helps if they're wide enough to be able to do this. And the ones that are way behind, we will leave those behind and not worry about those. And I'm going kind of light on this because I'm concerned that I'm going to have graphite remorse. And we don't want that. That is bad. And apparently I am doing it on both sides. It's like some of them like, well, no, why did I just do it on the one side? You could just do it on the one side if you want to, especially if you're using a toned paper. That's what my mom had done. She was using a toned paper and did graphite on one side and white gel pen on the opposite side, and then it just really, really pops. It's so neat. And if you are interested in seeing that, as I'm doing this, uh, uh, link to my website is also in the description section. And if you go there, subscribe to my blog, or if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, you'll see the replays when I get them posted. But on the blog, I always, well, not, I'm not going to say always because I'm behind on them. My intention is for every session to send out a recap. So not only would it have links to the replays, and I'm gonna just do one side so that way I can just continue to turn the tile one direction here, and then I'll come back and do the other. So not only that, but screenshots from the session, and then either people will participants will email me their finished work, or on our private Facebook group, which that link is in the description section below also. So if you happen to be on Facebook and want to have fun with a bunch of fellow Tangle addicts, we would love to have you. And so then you'll see the just a nice gallery of pictures as well, and it's so neat. It's so neat to see what everybody's take on these, and I think I mentioned it on yesterday's video. It's just like handwriting, where we all have the same instructions, right? I think we all learn to, whether it's print or cursive or both, to write with same instructions, but then we all put our own little spin on it and our own little take. And Zentangle is kind of the same with that. And you put your own flavor on. And it is just so neat. So if you want to, as I said, if you want to subscribe there, then you will see. I will show you mine. And if you'd like to join us sometime, we would love to have you. Information is on my website. As I mentioned, the link is there in the description. So would love to have you join in. Oh, I think I got them all. But I do want to make some of these that are in the background. I'm just filling those in darker, so they look like they're in the background. Oh, isn't that cool? What a neat tangle. And I especially love the ones that really exemplify the idea of Zentangle, in that you can just get lost in it. You don't have to keep looking back. A lot of times I look back for inspiration, especially like getting to, well, how do I want to decorate this? And then you look for inspiration. But I mean, how fun. And if you too, I know on our sessions, the early one, I didn't do it on the second one. The first thing that I thought was, I suppose, I don't know if they still show them or not. Anyway, I got Marvin the Martian from Looney Tunes on my brain, because he would say KaBoom. And here is my KaBooms from earlier. I was experimenting with some Pentel Sparkle Pop pens that are supposed to change color from, if you're writing on white or writing on black. This one, not so much. It was supposed to be more black on the white and red on the black, but it still has they're metallic, so it still has a neat effect. And this is a tile that I prepped with Indian ink. And then I had to have more fun, because I bought some white ink, of the same brand, and I thought, well, we can do this. Why not do the opposite? So, and again, playing with these pens. This one I used a blue that's supposed to turn into green, and I'm trying to get that. I don't know if you can see that the shiny on this shows up a lot. You can kind of see, it's bluer here, greener out here. So I was just having fun with that. And then there's what did I use? An orange that goes from orange to gold. So, this is a porous paper. So if I'm using something not as porous, I think the effect would be a little bit different. But it was still fun, and you could see, I did print humps in those large ones. I had these ones going off the page, and then I did some tipple, and I did mostly tipple on here, and it's such a neat texture, um, for filling in. So lots of fun. Really, really neat tangle. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have you click like. Feel free to share it, leave comments, and if you liked it enough to see more, I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I already mentioned the description section, so check that out and have fun. Bottom line, have fun. And with that, I wish you happy tangling.